Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, where we're going to be upgrading some of the lines that we currently have. Especially starting in the Amsterdam area, because over here I found that the town has grown, as you guys have pointed out, and not exactly everything is being covered anymore. Especially the eastern part has grown quite a bit over here, so I'm going to have to add an additional tram stop. Over to the southwest there has been a lot of growth, and this one stop, well, it does not exactly cover everything either. And then you have Amsterdam New West, which similarly does not cover a lot. So, first things first, I need to set up my stations themselves and then figure out where exactly I want to be driving these people. Ideally, just to the central station over here. I still have some terminals left, terminals 2 and 5. So at least I should be able to get those lines plugged in. I'm thinking of just adding one additional line that's coming in from here and going to there. That is going to be a tram. And then shifting this station a little bit further to the east, so that it covers a bit more of this newer residential area. And upgrading everything in the form of a tram. So plenty of work to do here. And let's get started. Stops first. Let's see how I cover most. Over here? No, it's a bit too far away. Here, I guess. Now, I know that at a previous episode I was working on upgrading my lines, my roads rather, here in Amsterdam, but that turned out to be a very expensive endeavor, so I stopped it for the moment. Maybe I'll return to it later, but for the moment this is how it's going to be. This is what the people are going to have to live with. These smaller roads. Alright, let's go for a relatively straight line towards the station and hopefully tie that into the existing infrastructure. So this tram is going to go from there to here and back. These stations do have a bit of an overlap, but that's okay, because that means that they can sort of share capacity. Alright, start here and go there, and that's all that I need you to do. How am I going to call this line? AMS Southwest, I guess. It is one of the trams. Yeah, Amsterdam Southwest. I apparently have the wrong color set up. Well, the colors are all over the place now anyway. Oh well. This one still. North-south. There we are. Okay. Tram. Let's go for the, let's see, 21. Yeah, I'll take 2 of these. Alright, that's Amsterdam Southwest. And now they figured out that they cannot quite use the additional routes or the additional roads that they wanted to take, so that's good. This one, moving it slightly further east, making sure I cover more ground. So a position along maybe this road would be good enough. So let's check. This one covers most of it, and this one covers, well, not quite all of it, unfortunately. I'm gonna get rid of this stop anyway. Okay, let's see, the north-south line. North-south line, where are you? Here. After stop 1, 2, then I want you to go to 3. Your new stop 3 is over there. And your stop 4 is now over there. And I want you to go back to 3 afterwards. And then you're going to go back to 6, which no longer exists. And then back to base, and then back to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, loop. Now to upgrade the roads, or the streets. At least this thing needs to be upgraded. Right, that should do it, I think. Oh, right, the north-south line just was using the standard horse-drawn carriages. That's the problem. I still haven't upgraded that particular section, or those particular vehicles. Oh, just the 3 of them, too. Time for a massive upgrade here. I want all of you gone. And I want the tram depot to spit out, let's say, 3 of these trams. And that should keep the north-south line hopefully properly supplied. Oh, I'm missing a part apparently. Tribute. Oh, right, that's the tribute line. Yes. I'll check in with you in a second. North-south line's not quite working properly. The vehicles refuse to take that particular line. They can go from here to there, and then they can go down, and then they should be able to just drive the same route up. What's the deal here? Some part of it is apparently not recognized as being a bus tram station. This one is. This one is. And everything has catenary as well, from what I'm able to tell. Yeah, there's catenary here, there. All of this stuff is new, so that should definitely have catenary. There's catenary here. Why is it not connecting? Did they pick a different route back? Is that it? Because the other tram didn't. And the other tram just went, okay, I cannot go there anymore. There's no catenary. I'm just going to move in a straight line. Weird. Something's not right with that line. You guys are probably already seeing it, but I'm not. Not yet. Ah, it's the northern part. The southern part's fine, but the northern part's the problem. Alright, try it now. There you go. That's it. Okay, so it goes through here, travels south, picks up the people there, and we're done. Okay. West-east, I believe, already had trams. Yeah, they got trams. So north-south has trams. We got a southwest connection. Maybe I need to expand this one a little bit further here. So the west-east is going to have an additional stop, let's say, around that area. Actually, do I need that? Yeah, I need it here. This bit needs an additional station. Upgrade the roads. The west-east line, where are you? 113,000 for a tram, that's really good. Alright, after 3, I want you to go to 4 and back. So for them it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loop. Excellent. First passengers are already waiting for the new line. That's a new district of Amsterdam, Amstelveen, which is being unlocked. Good. Something else I wanted to do in this episode is upgrade the tram over here. Sorry, the train. Because I have a lot of people who all seemingly want to go to Amsterdam New West. 260 of them. I'm considering between either going with a bus. With a train. So just a train from Haarlem to Amsterdam New West. Or going with a tram. I think a tram is less fortunate because it's going to be clogged. At least for part of the time. These roads are only going to get busier, whereas my tracks get as busy as I tell them to. We're going to need a train. And the trains do come in from over here. Let's see what I can afford. I want a capacity of about, let's say, 80 to 100. Let's see, 60 kph is fine, I think. 88, 99. Perfect. Alright, I need to set you on a new line. That's going to start up here. And that's going to go over there. And that's the only thing that thing has to do. That's the only thing that the train has to do. So HAA to AMS. And the color was, I think, that one. The other one is going to be changed. This one will no longer visit the Amsterdam New West station. So this one's going to go. That means that after number 5, you don't need to go to number 6, but you just need to go back. So this one's just going to be traveling Schiedam, Den Haag, Leiden, Zandvoort, Haarlem, and back. And then we got the other train, which takes the track over to Amsterdam New West. Thing is, I need to set those on the right terminals. This should be terminal 2. And that should be terminal 1. Can they cross over here? Yep, they're perfectly fine. All right. So that should get rid of these passengers. They should start... There we go. They're shifting already to the HAA-AMS line. And the train should be departing the depot any moment now. There we are. Now, there's 99 passengers who want to go one way. Or sorry, there's 99 passengers I can take one way. There's 202 over there. And there is another 221 over here. So this line is probably going to be quite busy for a good amount of time. Right, what other trains can I optimize? Because I have had quite a few passengers. Yeah, I need more carriages on this, or I need a bigger train. Or a second train. Because the line, the line Schiedam-Amsterdam, which is actually Schiedam-Haarlem at this point, is probably going to need more capacity. Now, I know that there's always a discussion between people saying, hey, you need to make long lines, like the one I'm doing now, or you need to make short lines. So, Schiedam, Den Haag, Den Haag, Leiden, Leiden, Zandvoort, etc. In this case, I have decided to go with the longer lines, because I think it's more fun to have these longer lines. And sure, they might not always be efficient, and they might not always be able to pick up all the passengers, but this is what I'm going to stick with. Let's see how Den Haag's doing for fuel while I'm looking at it, because I'm seeing a pretty big pile up over here. Quite a lot, actually. So the capacity for these vehicles is far, far too little. Let's duplicate that capacity. And that should keep them busy. There was a problem with my... what did I call it? Was it a tram line? Yeah, my tributary line. This one, but it seems to be resolved now. The first carriage, still operational in 1905, so it's currently 55 years old. And it's still carrying passengers. Finance-wise, it's, well, at times, by the looks of it, actually making money as well. So I'm going to keep that thing around. Now, let's see, is that train here yet? No, that's train 3. It was train 7, I think. Is that you? Yeah, this is train 7. Okay. What else? Over here, this is just going to need a bigger train, as mentioned, but I'm not sure if this thing's powerful enough to be dragging it. Because it has a poor power rating. Let's set up a signal here. No, not a waypoint, a signal. I think it's a bit sad that this train has to be spent, or has to be sitting over here for such a long time. It really shouldn't. Especially since there's 168 people on board, and that train does not run cheap. That is an expensive train. Running costs for this thing are about 2 million a year. I do not want that thing to be sitting still. How are the other lines? How are the ships? I haven't checked in with the ships for a while. Passenger dock, 3441. Not bad money is being made here. 206,000. It's nowhere near what the actual trains are doing, of course. But for a ship, I'm not disappointed. Look at that, 70 people. I might need to add an additional ship here. Just upgrade the capacity a bit more. We got 19 and 28. And just a few there. And of course, on the way back, it won't really need all that capacity. Again, hovercraft over here are probably a better and at least more interesting option. Now, it seems like this port has a lot of fuel in it. And if I can make another town happy by providing it with fuel, then I can help that town grow at some point. Unfortunately, the towns over here don't really seem to be interested in taking on fuel. No, not really. Oh, I could make another river cruise. I'm just looking at it now. Look at this. Wijche, Beuningen, Nijmegen, Tiel, Gorinchem, Dordrecht, Ridderkerk, Rotterdam, Schiedam. That could be a really long shipping line. Just making sure that I use these rivers. And sure enough, a train would be faster, but I think a ship is more fun. It's going to be maybe a bit of digging if I want to make sure that those waters are all navigable. Especially these little things. Might not be enough. Around Tiel, we're going to have to make this thing a bit wider. And beyond that, I think we're mostly fine. Well, maybe here. This is a bit small as well. So let's see if I can make that bigger without blowing through 3 million. But I think that's... that might be a bit optimistic. I might not be able to do that. I need to lower... yeah, flatten it. This is going to take forever. Now, it doesn't need to be very wide, just wide enough. Is this better for the ships? Yeah, that seems to be better. The thing is, I ideally want to have one dock here in Nijmegen, which then connects these two together. So I'm going to have to make this thing a little wider and make sure that there's enough capacity. Sorry about that. For those of you concerned with my cough, don't worry. I had a cough about 2.5 weeks ago, and it's always something that haunts me for a while. It's always something that just it takes a couple of days to, or a couple of weeks in my case, to get rid of. As far as I know, I'm not infected, so don't worry. All right, the area over here needs to be widened a bit. I want to have at least, there you go, a few blocks together, a few pixels together to make sure that I can use that area. That's better. This might be, oh, not enough money. This might be a little narrow, but it'll do. Over here I need some more room. Not really want to be bulldozing the town, so I'm going to have to take that over from this part. And beyond that, here is a missing dot. There's a missing dot. Nope, not enough money. Bulldozing terrain is expensive. Let's check in with the train while I'm waiting for more money. Here you are. I think it's just completed its first trip. Yeah, there you go. It's just completed its first trip. Brought in 618,000. And it's now on the way back with 99 people on board. And that's still not nearly enough. Later on, I'm going to be running a small intercity here. So just a direct line from Haarlem to Amsterdam, preferably at greater speed. Because this thing is just doing about 60, which is its top speed. But over here we're already moving into the turn. That's because I cannot really fit the station over here in any different way. Slows down to 35. And drop off. 200,000. Loading up. I'm going to have to keep a pretty close eye on this train because it might not run as profitable as I would want it to. If it turns out that this thing is not running profitable, then I'll go with plan B. And that's going to be running a tram or something like that across the water over here. It's just that bridges are really expensive. And I already invested in this train bridge. So I'd really prefer it if the train bridge is going to be enough. Let's see how much it makes on the way back, but I think it's just going to be another 200k. Oh, actually, it already completed a couple of trips, considering it's looking at 825. Now, this influx might mean that this... Yeah, it does mean that this tram is no longer sufficient. Let's add 50% more capacity. Train inbound. $214, $211, but a whole lot more people inbound. 200k. There you go. Yeah, okay, so she seems to be making money. Pretty decently, in fact. And I by now have 1.5 million that I can use. Alright, back to the overview. This one was fine. I was making a bit of room over here for the dock, because this part is also quite narrow. Let's make the bend... Oh, crap. Let's make the bend a little wider. Because right now, I don't know if it can transit from this pixel to that pixel. And I'd rather not try. Let's make it a little wider. There you go. Over here, we needed a bit. That's enough. This bit. Still a remainder of a road here. Whoops. Done. Gorkum can have a dock, let's say over here on the edge. So I'm going to have to make sure it doesn't protrude too much into the river. Otherwise it's going to be sticking out too much. And especially if this is going to be a larger dock later on, I won't be able to use that. Come on, a bit more. There. That should give the ship... That's exactly what I want. Okay, so this is a nice stuck-in dock. I think that the rest of the area is actually pretty good. I am wondering whether I should add another dock over here in Rotterdam, because it's a very short hop. It might interest passengers from other areas to go there, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. And also, I'd probably have to make the river a little wider. I'm gonna have to change this dock anyway. I'm gonna have to add another docking location. Depending on how many ships I'm going to be sending down the river, I might need to go with 2 piers per dock. But that's a bit farther into the future. Alright. Once I have money, I'm going to start deploying docks. And for this area, let's say Ridderkerk, Barendrecht, we're going to be traversing this little thing here. It is navigable, but it is also really, really narrow. If I fit a dock in there, it might still fit, but not by much. I guess it might work. Hopefully. Alright, so that's one dock. Dordrecht's gonna need a dock. I might... Yeah, this is what I had set up for Gorkum. Over there. Dordrecht. Let's bulldoze a bit of terrain here. That was 600k right there. Can this fit properly? 275,000. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, so that's going to be the next dock. That means that this has a dock, that has a dock. This still needs to be connected. Probably a road, a bus running from Barendrecht to Ridderkerk to here. Ship runs to Dordrecht, to Gorkum, to Tiel. And then finally ends up in Wijchen, Beuningen and Nijmegen. So that way I instantly will be connecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 towns together. It's just that I need more money to do it with. And of course, bulldozing a lot of terrain is not helpful. It's just going to cut into my profits quite a bit. So I'm going to let the game run for a bit, and once I have more money, I'll be back. Alright, a few months later, and we now have a bit more cash to work with. 1.2 million. While that's ticking in, I can already set up the infrastructure between Barendrecht and Ridderkerk. Starting with a, let's say a medium country road. Or actually, if I am able to connect these things together with a standard street, they might, at some point, grow into one huge town. So the whole island's going to be one big town. I want one stop there. I want one stop here, and then we're going to transit along the coast towards the dock. So let's see how much I can catch with this one bus stop, provided that the other save's done. There. And then set up the roads. And connect that. Okay, and that should be the next stop. Very simple, straightforward lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. That one, and then back. Good work. Okay. How do we call this? This was Barendrecht. BAR. RID. Tram? Yeah, I might as well make it a tram. My trams are at this point faster than my standard road vehicles. Than my buses. Didn't pick the right color. Okay, so this part is going to have to get electrified. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to run the trams on there. All the way there, all the way here. Alright, tram depot, somewhere in the middle, and we're good to go. That's a road depot. This is a tram depot. Let's go with 2 of those. The fastest ones. The CE 2/2. And you guys are going to go on this line. Alright, what I can already do is organically grow this route out as far as I have towns connected. Let's see, additional dock, passenger dock, over there. I want a passenger landing, small ship landing that is. And then over here we have the dock. One dock should be enough. I'm going to start here and start moving east. I used a tint of blue. Something like that, I guess. Alright, this is SCH to... well, currently to Ridderkerk, but it's not quite telling the whole story. And I don't want to keep renaming that ship line. It's going to end up in Nijmegen. Eventually. N-I-J. Alright, let's get a ship going. I can get that all the way over here from the Zierikzee shipyard, but I think I'm just going to add an additional shipyard where it's not too much in the way. And still relatively close, but that's probably not going to be easy. Alright, just start here. Let's go with a Frontenac. I want you on that line. Right, next town. Gorkum. Set up the road. Connect that together. Yes, let's immediately go for an electric tram. Upgrade the parts here. Set up the buildings. One there and one here and one there. Not everything has quite been upgraded yet. That should do it. Tram depot. Probably just going to go with one tram here. It's such a small place. Currently, that is. 139. One tram should be enough. Lines. Start, middle, end, back. Red. And this is GOR tram. Let's go with one of those. GOR tram. Alright. Manage the line. After Ridderkerk, I want you to go here. Whoa, why are you... What the hell? There we go. Alright. Gorkenbranch installed. Dordrecht still needs a dock. Arguably, I should have added this one before the other one, because it's actually a bit closer. But oh well. Connected. Pretty straightforward. Start here, go into town, go back. It doesn't need much more than that. I wonder how much Dordrecht's going to grow. Because whenever something is connected, one of these new towns, you always see this massive spike of growth. DOR. Tram. Change the color, set the color to red. And connect it. DOR tram. Alright, now the ships. Manage the line. After station 2, I want you to go here. Then I want you to go to 4. Then after 4, I want you to go back to here. And then back to 6. There you go. Well done. Right. Gorkum, are you growing yet? Yeah, it's going to grow to 171. Ridderkerk is going to grow to 240. Barendrecht is going to grow to 211. So these things are all growing quite well. My ship is still... it's still only clearing this turn. Oh, dude, you're going to take forever. Do we even have passengers there yet? We do. That's fast. Especially considering that this thing is only being fed by what? 1 tram? 2 trams. Old ones as well. I might need more capacity here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more capacity here. Okay, while I'm upgrading stuff anyway, I might as well. This has to be catenary. Does it have catenary yet? Yeah, it does. Okay, that makes it a hell of a lot easier. Manage vehicles. Replace vehicles with that. Done. Double the capacity. If not more. Ship 5 dropping off what looks like 70 people. Eventually. And taking on another 70. Okay, first passengers are appearing at the docks. Time to move to the next town. Tiel. Tiel looks like it's already happily building additional roads, right at the point where I was expecting to build my dock. Same plan. Build the roads. Yeah, there. Good. And set up a stop. Upgrade the streets. Fortunately, Tiel is, in this game, a pretty nice, stretched out town, so I don't really need to be upgrading too much or expanding lines back and forth too much. Alright, new line. Same song and dance. Start here. Go there. That's all. Tiel, tram. Adjust to this. Color to that. And set up the tram depot. And that is Teal, TIE. Okay, done. Next town. This is going to be a bit more work, because I need to be connecting these things together as well. So this is going to be a sort of transfer station. And I have the dock here. And then I want to have a bus tram station next to it. How am I going to do this? Let's make it a large one, because I'm probably going to need that capacity. I want a bridge over this river and making sure that it can still be navigated. This is going to get probably quite expensive, because it's a large road, intentionally. Up. There. Is it still navigable? No. Okay, well, we're quite literally going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Because for now, I don't know if I'm going to be using the rest of this river here. Maybe later, like a lot later. Now, with these towns being connected, I wouldn't be surprised if they're already still going to start growing. Because all of a sudden, these guys can start talking to each other. They seem to have a fairly stable amount of residents, shopping facilities, and workplaces. That's all balanced out. But when I start to connect these two towns together, the magic's going to happen. Probably. Connect that in there. And it probably doesn't cover much. Yep, as expected. Bus stop there. Bus stop here, bus stop there, double bus stop here. Upgrade. There's going to be one big tram. Sometimes you click on a road and tell it to upgrade, and the game goes, nope, not doing that. Okay. Starting here. There, here, there, back, and back here. And the color is going to be that one. How am I going to abbreviate this one? Weigen to Nijmegen, I guess. Something like that. Alright, the tram, or rather the tram depot, is going to sit over here. And I'll take 3 of these. Weigen, Nijmegen tram. Oh, missing electric tracks. I missed a bit. Where are you missing it? What part? Lower Nijmegen to the Parkstraat. Oh, there. Really? What part? Because this is all electrified, isn't it? No, it's not. This part isn't. That was the problem. There you go. Now they're happy. Right. Teal was connected. I just need to continue with ships. So from here, after Gorkum branch, we're going to go to Teal. We're going to go to this dock. Back to Nijmegen transfer. Sorry, back to Teal actually. Back to Gorkum branch. Back to sidings. There. Alright. So that's all of those things connected. We are probably going to need a lot more than one ship here. The first one is on the way with 30 out of 85. Could I set up a dock, or not a dock, but a shipyard here? Yes. I hope I'm not going to regret this later. That one. There we are. There we are. Now, these towns are now connected, so I'm expecting rapid and really effective growth. There we go. Lines going up. 171 is expected, 184 is expected. This one's not growing that much yet. Why though? Oh, there we go. Now it's kicking in. 171. The other one was at 184, now 186 predicted. They unfortunately don't share a resource that they need. So it's not like ship a whole bunch of bricks this way and hope that something works out. That's not likely going to happen. Right. Normally I would end the episode here, but since we're all inside stuck with Corona, or rather fighting Corona, I'm going to make it an hour-long episode. Which is a bit unusual for the series, but if you guys like it, I might keep it up. Although, to be fair, I still find that quite a lot of people don't watch the whole episode. Which is why I usually go with the shorter ones. Alright, how are my trains doing in the meanwhile? Because we've been upgrading a bit. This one's not running full. Huh. That's not what I want to see. I want to see this thing full. Okay. There's only 12 people waiting to go there. Oh, crap. I'm gonna adjust this line. Because this thing is just about breaking even and sometimes costing me more money. So wait for it to drop off and then sell off the line. Or sell off the train. And stop. Okay. That line, I'm sorry people, is now defunct. The line will no longer continue to run. That's HAAAMS, or say auto-saving. What I want to do is set up a terminal outside here and just ferry people across the water. Just using a tram. So I'm going to get rid of the train tracks. Because I don't think I'll be needing those anymore. Especially considering later on, it could very well be that these towns grow together. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of all of it. Normally this used to cost you money, but now it doesn't. I quite like that. Now, I'm not sure if my volume is just really loud or this is actually a really loud removal process. I hope it's just me, otherwise I'm sorry about all the noise. Oh crap, it was actually using that. Unless I set it up on a different terminal. Although, no, not quite. Doesn't quite work that way. Okay, that's fixed. I have 7.7 million. You know what? There. This is going to require quite a bit of cash. But what I want to do is sort of fuse these towns together and make Haarlem, Amsterdam Nieuw-West, Amstelveen, Amsterdam and Amsterdam Zuidoost one huge town. And I think I can do it too. So this should give them additional building area. And also start to fuse those towns together. I will, however, need specific routes on the roads that are just reserved for trams. And at the moment I don't have those yet. So that's a bit of a concern. Later on I'm going to get bus lines and tram lines and stuff like that. But for now, not quite. I want to set up a big station here. No, not for buses and trams. Let's invest in future capability here. This is going to be a bit of an investment, but I think it will pay off in the future. Oh, come on now. Let's not bulldoze that poor person's home. I think that would be a bit harsh. This, however, is a whole different story. Let's make another one of those large passenger stations here. Sorry. You're not as lucky as the other guy. Right. Does this cover as enough? Or does this bus stop just cover a whole lot more? That covers a whole lot more. Well, it's sort of getting there, but not quite. Especially this outer perimeter here is not being connected yet. That is something that I would like to see connected, because it's an industrial area, commercial buildings. It means that people want to go here, either to work or to buy stuff. So what I'm going to do is... I don't know. I do know. Set up an additional stop here. Set up an additional stop here. And then adjust the west-east line. Crap. After central... No, I'll just redo the whole line. Sorry. This is why I paused the game, by the way, because hopefully the passengers will still more or less be there. I want you to start here. Then I want you to go here. There. There. It might be a few too many stops, but I'd rather have too many than too few. I'll also set up an additional stop there. So after central, I want you to go here, then there, and then back. Back to Korte Kerkpad, back to Bomensteeg, back to Amsterdam Nieuw-West. Right, time to upgrade this, because they are trams. And trams are a little picky about where they can and cannot go. Does this fix it? It does. Alright, on the way in, I want you to take that one. On the way out, might be easier not to try and take the same terminal twice. I want you to take terminal 14, no. Terminal 2. No, 4. There you go. That's it. And to make it slightly easier, I might switch this to 3. There. It's going to take the middle of the station. Okay, now I can slowly keep this thing going. We should see the passengers flow right back in. Yep, they're coming right back in. 118 want to travel in the direction of the Korte Kerkpad over here. And they're eventually hoping to end up at Central. Alright, let's add a few more trams, because I think this is still not enough capacity. And now, before the game immediately starts to spawn in additional roads, because I know it wants to, set up a large road. Large connector road. Nope. Stop. Don't do that. To there. Do I really want to level a whole neighborhood? A whole block? It's not pretty, but the answer is probably going to be yes. Alright, this one's a bit redundant now. This is the Haarlem tram. That's stop number 3. You are now stop number 3. Unfortunately, you're a tram, so you cannot go there yet. Upgrading now. Wait one. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, back. That's all that it needs to do, but does it still cover the whole town? This does cover most of it. Well, so far it's okay, but eventually I might need to expand here. Making sure that they can reach this bit. Right, what I wanted to do is set up a connector line. That. This is pretty much the replacement for the train line that I just demolished. So this is AMS to Haarlem, again, by tram. Apparently they don't still have the right color. Right, can I use an existing depot? This one probably. Oh, I can only afford... Yeah, I can afford 3. Okay, good. Off you go. Off you go. I wonder how busy it's going to get here. But I imagine it could get pretty busy. That's why I made this such a large terminal. Because it's pretty much, at least as far as I'm hoping, going to be in the middle of the town. In the middle of a new neighborhood. So you were tram 6, you're going west-east. Alright. So you're going to be picking up people here from the Groenlaan. 3 people want to go towards New West, which is here. They might still need to get used to the fact that there is now a tram connection going back and forth. And I think we should be seeing road vehicles here pretty soon as well. Yep. Hello. Joep Groen. In his little car, driving along the big road. The new large street that's connecting the town. Excellent. Now let's upgrade this bit before it gets overgrown. Oh, I'm running a deficit again. Come on, a bit more. There we are. No, I cannot upgrade that. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. 40 people already waiting to go with the tram for this little short hop. Now, you could argue that I could make one big line that goes from here all the way over there, but I prefer in this case to spread it out into smaller sections, so I have a bit better control over it, about where I need more vehicles and how many I will need. There's 8 there, there's another 0 there, and west-east has almost nothing on it yet. Alright, time to do some more landscaping here. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Flatten. This is what the Dutch are famous for, so I might as well live up to it. We're gonna reclaim this land on the water. Now, while I'm waiting for additional cash, let's see how the ships are doing. 40 people, 21 people, 15, 42, 49. Not bad, guys, not bad. Unfortunately, not profitable yet. Probably because I'm having a bit of an overcapacity here. And people might not find a ship that's traveling in the right direction yet. Nijmegen transfer is quite popular, apparently. That's this one. And the towns have grown. Look at that. Sharp growth right there. Same for Nijmegen. Just straight up. That's what I want to see. Have you dropped off people at all? Yeah, okay, so he's just about breaking even. How about the other one? Nope. No. Oh, crap. What are you doing? He's going all the way towards Schiedam. Yeah, no surprise that this line's running negative. I was hoping that this one would not actually go there. Like, it started here and it decided to go, nope, this is my starting location. So all the while I'm crossing half the country, I'm not going to be picking up anybody. Yeah, that's a mistake. It needs to go to Dordrecht sidings and start picking up people, because towards Ridderkerk over here, there's 50 people waiting. This thing could have been making a profit all day long, but I didn't notice that. And that's, well, my mistake, and I'm getting punished for it, as well I should be. Alright, in you go. Prepare to pick up. 85 capacity, 50 waiting. Good. Off we go. Earnings, minus 5 million. Yeah, that might have to do with me reclaiming land. I can't wait to run hovercraft. Hovercraft are... they're about 70 years old. Oh, it's going to take a lot more time to build hovercraft. A lot more time. The Moscow F. What's that like? Where's my depot? Here. You're not a tram? What are you then? Are you a train? Like a tiny train? No, you're not. What is the Moscow F? Because I find it hard to believe that that would be a road vehicle. There it is, Moscow F. 24 people on board, 35 kph electric. Amsterdam to Haarlem, not quite as profitable as I expected. West-East, people all want to go to the Bow mistake, which is not there. Oh, sorry, the Haarlem tram. I'm looking at the wrong one. So if I drop off 13 people, how much does that make? Also, what terminals are you using? Oh, just that one. That's fine. So long as they don't clash, I'm perfectly happy with it. $9,000. Yeah, not surprising then. Not surprising at all. I'm running 3. I might need to downgrade to 2. I think I have too much capacity here. So 2 trams should be enough to keep this these 2 towns connected. Haarlem, expected growth to 785. Holy shit. New West? Oh, expected to 905. 722. 810 predicted. What the hell? We're gonna need a lot more room here. I just want to finish off this little bit here. There. Now it's a bit more connected. And we can already see the first industrial building being spawned between those 2 towns. So it seems like the plan is working. And it seems like the towns are indeed going to turn into this massive cluster of urban area. Well, not quite only urban, also industrial and others. So if I can get Haarlem some food, and same goes for Amsterdam New West and Amstelveen, I'm going to make these towns grow even more. Right, so how can I get food here? Do we have a food place anywhere? There's a farm. Sorry, that's a livestock farm. So it needs grain in order to work. Grain farm. And then ship it. Like make a cargo dock over here. Where I drop off all my food. And then I ship it left and right. That could work. Alright. I think I'm going to save that for another episode. This one has gone for almost an hour. I hope I've been able to distract you from the whole corona self-quarantine / self-isolation for a while. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. In a few days there will be another episode, and I think I might make another 60-minute one. Just to get a lot more done in an episode, and to get you more entertainment. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, and how you like these new 60-minute episodes. And I shall see you in a couple of days for the next one. See you then.